What's going on, everybody? Let's go. We got all sorts of stuff going on.
Take it easy, Ric Flair.
Woo! I mean, ready to wrestle somebody or something like that. Ryan, we got all decked out here. What's going on here?
We're looking good. You know, we had the Grinch meal yesterday, and then our coworker Matt, he informed us it is Grinch week, allegedly. So big thanks to McDonald's, big thanks to Matt for lending us these wonderful Grinch decorations. We got the Grinch coloring book there. We got the DVD. We also got a framed photo of Cindy Lou Who.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. I also did not know that Cindy Lou Who now has a music career, Taylor Momsen.
She was in the Macy's Day Parade, I believe.
She was.
And yeah, she's kind of big right now, I guess.
I guess so.
That's the rumor I'm hearing,
because
anyway.
I feel like in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, there's all sorts of people that I don't know. And apparently are big people.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was Cindy Lou Who.
That's crazy.
Another thing, too, tonight, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas is airing at 7 p.m. on the NBC side here on Northern News Now. And guess what? If you can't make it at 7:30, it'll be followed by Frosty the Snowman, which is also a classic.
Two classics. I love those every single year. The Charlie Brown you got going on.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, there's so many classics. But you made an interesting point earlier because Matt, who gave us all of this stuff, he's known as the king of Halloween.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he had anything Christmas related.
Yeah.
So this is a little suspect for our coworker Matt.
He he just kind of despises the season because it encroaches on his Halloween.
It does.
So it's very interesting to see that he has some Christmas stuff available, but maybe he's like the Grinch himself and he kind of relates with the Grinch perhaps.
Maybe he's embracing it now.
That could be.
Well, the Grinch is kind of like Halloween-y in a way.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, devious.
Devious, indeed. You know what's been devious? Our cold weather. And it looks like portions of Lake Superior are now frozen as frigid temps swept across the area this week. We got some video captured in Ashland, Wisconsin, showing the water sitting frozen on Lake Superior there. And on the audio version of this video, you can even hear the cracking of the ice out there.
I love that. That is so cool. I did a little research here, Ryan, and the last time Lake Superior was completely frozen over was 1996.
Wow.
On average, it happens about every 20 years. So we're about 10 years overdue for this to happen again. And I mean, this is the kind of start you'd need, a really cold start to November, December. And if we continue going this route, who knows? Maybe this is the year that we go full cover again here on Lake Superior.
I got to tell you, Wednesday morning, that wind hit hard.
Yeah, it really did.
A big change.
Yeah, that did not feel good.
I felt like the Grinch. I said, please stop.
This is ridiculous.
Well, hey, our wonderful director, Shania, sent us a text the other night, me and Hunter, saying, Hunter and I may need to add some new clothes to our wardrobe. That is because she sent us a photo as she was uploading our Northern Life episodes on YouTube. And as you can tell, 3 different dates, but still the same clothes decisions for the two of us. And then Shania saw my shirt today, and she thought it was the same shirt again.
Oh, my gosh. Because, you do. I mean,
it's tan. It's very similar to that one.
Listen, you look good in brown. I don't know what to tell you.
Thank
Brown,
you. You look good
tan.
in blue.
Thank you very much.
That blue's a nice shirt.
I like that blue. 2 of those make sense because I think we recorded 2 in one day, right?
Yeah.
But the other one is just completely by chance. The fact that both of us wore the exact same thing, kind of weird. Now,
it is kind of weird.
We're both dudes, so I only have like 3 or 4 shirts that I switch between anyway.
And
but
may I ask you, do you feel confident and good in that blue shirt?
I really do.
Because I love that tan
Yes.
pullover. I feel confident and good in that shirt.
I feel large and in charge when I'm wearing that blue thing.
We need to find maybe a couple more clothing options that we feel the same thing in.
Yeah, well, listen, cartoon characters, they get to wear the same thing every single episode. So why can't we be like that and just wear the exact same thing? Have a bunch of same outfits in our wardrobe.
You don't, sadly, coworkers don't smell those those cartoon characters.
True.
So
that's true.
They're behind a screen.
We'd probably start smelling pretty quick here. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be meeting some of the cast behind the next Boat Club production in Duluth here, a 1940s radio Christmas carol before they open at the Fitkers Theater later on tonight. A very interesting conversation you had with them, Ryan.
Yeah, lovely folks. It sounds like it's a farce, too, so if you love to laugh, it's one of those plays within a plays where everything goes wrong, even some singing involved. So it was a real nice chat that's coming up later here in the show.
Nice.
Hunter, have you ever watched House Hunters?
Is that the one where there's like 3 different houses and they got to pick between the 1, 2, 3,
I'm proud of you.
whatever?
You got it.
I think, I've seen it before. Yeah, totally.
House Hunters, great show. Well, apparently Duluth realtor Jesse Erickson was just featured on House Hunters in the first ever episode filmed right here in Duluth, Minnesota. Yeah. Episode titled Fire Spinning in Duluth aired back on November 29th on HGTV. Now available to stream online too. And the episode follows a home buyer named Jillian Fort and a Duluth native and executive chef at an independent restaurant, along with her friend Matt, who is an environmental educator and a fire spinning performer.
Well, there we go. Duluth's on the map now in the HGTV front.
Yeah,
That's
how about
pretty
that?
cool. Yeah.
Raise the roof on that one.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go. I'll have to go back and watch that episode. It's always cool to see that featured.
It would also be cool to figure out how that thing is filmed, because sometimes I feel like there have been episodes where it's like, hey, I'm a volunteer and I'm a teacher, and our budget is $2 million for a home.
There's embezzlement going on somewhere in there.
I don't know how this adds up.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Getting some answers as to what HGTV does, so it'll be very eye-opening.
Might have to interview, what's her name, Kelly?
Katie, I think.
Katie.
Yeah.
I'll have to interview Katie maybe someday on here. She's
cool.
around here still, probably.
Yeah. Hey, after we aired our clown blindfold earlier this week, this was a pretty sweet message. We had Steve from Embarrass, Minnesota share this awesome pic of our show, but there's a little red arrow at the top right that you'll see here. He said, hey guys, my dad was a shrine clown, and you managed to get his picture in a couple of your shots there. Like I said, just right above the clown there. Thank you, and he loved being a clown and being a Shriner.
That's so cool. I believe also Steve from Embarrass, our weather watcher. I
think so.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So we love Steve. But it's such history, rich history in the Odd Shrine Center and all the old photos, and cool to see that your father was in a couple of those shots right there.
And I'm glad we could capture that.
Yeah.
Hey, after we were bell ringing on Monday at Duluth Super One Lakeside location, our viewer Chad said, I saw you guys left at 1 p.m. promptly. The question was, were you there on time? And let me just say, we did leave 1 p.m. promptly at that Super One location because we had a lot to do in the afternoon, like record the show. But Hunter McCullough here was late. I was there at 10:58. Hunter was not there at 11.
I was over at the different Super One on East Superior Street, and I was about ready to take over from the other bell ringers, and I'm like, we're up right now. Can I have the bell right now? And she's like, I think we're up at 11. So then I had to go back and do my research. I'm like, I'm at the wrong Super One. So I had to drive all the way and find Ryan. I got there at 11:10 or so.
Tough day for Hunter.
Yep, it was.
Great seeing you all. We did leave promptly at 1.
We did.
Well, hey, we'll talk about the new show at Fitkers coming up after the break. Welcome back, everybody. A little ways down Superior Street, it is opening night tonight for a 1940s radio Christmas carol at Fitkers Spirit of the North Theater. And here with us to chat all about the Boat Club's latest production is Jacob Wexter and Chris Nolet. Appreciate you both being here. It sounds like an exciting show. So for me and the viewers out there, set the stage for us. What is the show all about?
Well, you want to go?
Sure. Well, the show is all about back in 1943.
Yeah, 43.
Yeah, 1943.
World War II.
I don't know. World War II is in its height right now, and it's Christmas evening. Radio shows are very popular at this time of year, so we're just putting a good show together, and then some things go a little sideways sometimes.
Sure.
But, yeah.
Yeah, it's a small radio station in Newark, New Jersey, WOV. They used to be in Manhattan. They had to downsize.
Okay.
And they're looking to maybe get their listenership back up a bit by doing a Christmas carol. They've hired a big shot Shakespearean actor to come in and play the part of Scrooge, and it's his first time doing radio, so he has a few issues.
So it's a farce.
It's a farce.
It's a play within a play, too.
It's a hysterical show at times, and by the end, though, it also really becomes kind of moving, and it really emphasizes getting together for Christmas and friendship, community, family, all of that.
Perfect for the holidays with a little fun in store, too. And it sounds like we were talking beforehand, a little singing as well. What has that been like?
Yeah, it's that actually has been the hardest part of the show.
Really?
The show features some traditional Christmas carols and other kind of popular songs, but they're all done in the 1940s Andrews Sisters jazzy style,
Oh, nice.
which means that whatever part you're singing, you sound like you're out of tune with everybody else. So you really have to know your part to make it work.
Right. And it's interesting, these types of shows, because you're actors playing actors in a play within a play. I mean, what's it been like, Jacob, to have to perform in that structure?
It's really interesting. So you're playing a character, and to make the character funny, you really got to go into it more cartoonish kind of style, really overacting almost, and then to go from that into playing another character with that is you got to have bits of who you actually are in the character playing the new character, and it's really confusing at times, and switching between all the voices and everything. It's a lot.
Yeah. It sounds like a blending of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be, how do you find the balance, too, of making it a comedy, a farce, while also kind of making sure that it holds the essence of the Christmas season and the holiday spirit?
Well, just people getting together and having fun at Christmas. That already has a lot of laughter and a lot of sharing in it. So, in that sense, a lot of the comedy in this show comes from our attempt to do a serious version of A Christmas Carol, and it not quite going to plan. There are some problems with sound effects, some of them unintentional, which we just have to kind of walk through. But and then problems with some of the people have issues with each other. There's some byplay that way. He keeps missing his entrances. So
it kind of sounds like our Northern Life talk show here a little bit. We have some fun. What do you think audiences will be? Obviously, A Christmas Carol, such an iconic piece of work. What would folks be most surprised seeing this rendition, if you will, of A Christmas Carol, this radio show?
Definitely, there's a few times where we're not exactly on script. We go off the rails a little bit, so there's definitely some surprise in there.
Yeah, there's a few times when all of a sudden we have to wing it.
Yeah,
right.
And it suddenly becomes not so much A Christmas Carol as our normal 1940s Friday night radio show, because that's all we know how to do.
And doing a radio show in the modern day is one thing, but now having to capture the 1940s essence, what was it like having to be true to that time period too?
Oh, it was a lot of work. We were finding, it was so nitpicky. Every single costume, every single thing had to be time period, exact. Otherwise, we couldn't have it in the show.
I grew a mustache for the show.
Wow, it looks good.
No,
Thank you.
I'm trying.
I'm trying as well. What do you would say is the now that you've put it together? It's so great you've made it to opening night here. I'm sure you're just dying for a crowd now to be able to react to all the hard work.
Yeah, it's you take another step up as soon as you get an audience, and that's what we're really looking forward to.
Changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Right. And what would you say was maybe the most challenging part? I know you're talking about the singing, but it has to be just such long nights too to have the singing, have the timing, have the physical comedy of everything.
And it's mayhem on set. I mean, just the way the play is written, it's constant. Something's going on. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. Just trying to deal with all of the people, because nobody leaves the set. We're all on the set all the time. And
Jacob, how about you?
Definitely the most challenging part is organizing the chaos,
Yeah.
It's all our blocking is in there at the same time, but at the same time it doesn't look like we have blocking. So we got to go from one place to another, and it's just kind of everyone's in everyone's space, and we just got to get used to it a little bit.
And very quickly, favorite part about the holiday season?
Definitely the food.
Food.
And
Good
friends.
answer. Friends. Oh, wonderful. Well, hey, Chris, Jacob, I really appreciate you being here. Break a leg tonight, too, for opening night. 1940s Radio Christmas Carol opening tonight, running through the 14th over at Fitker's Spirit of the North Theater. Grab those tickets, BloatClubRestaurant.com. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Be sure to get your tickets. It sounds like an awesome show over there at Fitker's Spirit of the North Theater. We love a good laugh, especially in the holiday season.
Yep.
Guess what? It's kind of hard to sell cars if they're covered in snow. It's kind of hard to drive a car when it's covered in snow. But that's why a Madison, Wisconsin car dealership has been spending hours digging out their vehicles with the goal to clean off more than 900 of them by the day's end. And it looked like the cleanup job will have to continue because guess what? I guess they've just been seeing all sorts of snow down in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, just the way the low pressure systems have been going. They've been getting kind of hammered down there. I wonder who is responsible for cleaning off all those cars whenever it happens.
I don't know. It must be the people that sell them,
Just
too.
the sales staff, right?
I got to tell you, cleaning off my car is enough. So having to clean off 900 of them, and I'm sure you probably have maybe 10 employees or so. Yeah, that'd be a long day.
And they got to go home and then clean off your own car when it snows and it's like, you know what, I'm just driving with snow on the vehicle.
Or just clean off one and then really try to sell that one car.
This truck, this Ford Expedition, this one's going to be the seller today.
It's so good, it doesn't even get snow on it.
Right?
That's how good is it. Well, hey, let's get to a couple back-to-back awesome stories about kids. So out in the state of Virginia, there was a teacher whose life was saved recently after 3 of her students jumped into action. That is because, sadly, she was choking on food inside of her classroom. So the 23-year-old, very thankful for the quick thoughts about her 3 students there. Just so awesome to see them step in. And now they're obviously being hailed heroes down there at that Virginia school.
My gosh, I wouldn't know what to do if I was in first grade. I barely know what to do right now. I'm 28 years old. So a huge shout out to those kids for figuring that out and figuring out what to do and saving that teacher's life. My gosh.
And let's head to Ohio quick, where there's a 9-year-old little boy. It's a time of year when, folks who are in the hospital, especially kids, they might be missing out on what other kids get to experience, especially Christmas, getting toys under the tree. So this 9-year-old here, as you can tell, collecting hundreds and hundreds of bears, and guess what? He is now delivering them to those who are experiencing the holidays in the hospital, so that way it can have a little brighter time.
Oh my gosh, these young kids are just doing everything.
They're leading the way, Hunter.
They are.
You.
We could take a page out of both those kids' books right there.
Oh, I'd love to see it. Let's talk about some entertainment news. For the very first time, Kelly Clarkson. You know Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, I love Kelly Clarkson,
She's great. She's just joined Spotify's Billions Club. The singer's Grammy-winning 2004 hit, Since You Begun, has now topped 1 billion plays on the streaming service there.
Oh my gosh, that is an iconic song from back riding the school bus, Oh my gosh, back in those days.
You got the CD player with the headphones plugged in.
Yep. She's had a career. She was on the one show, right? American Idol?
She won the first season of American Idol.
The very first ever season. Wow. And now she's got a show on our very airwaves right here, too. So there you go.
She's doing all right. Congrats, Kelly. Hey, how about this? Rage bait named Oxford University's Word of the Year for 2025. It is 2 words, but it is described as the feeling a person gets when something online appears to purposely incite anger or get a reaction. So according to the UK-based dictionary, the use of rage bait actually tripled this year for 2025, and more than 30,000 people voted to help choose that word of the year.
So it's almost like clickbait, but you're not clicking into anything.
Right.
You're angry about something.
It mainly happens most of the time in the comments section. Otherwise, if you're in the comments section, you say something that you know is going to get a response. So you post it there. Otherwise, I see a lot of these on Instagram too, where people will just make a video that they know is going to get a lot of attention. Like if I showed off my mac and cheese that I made so beautifully, and at the end just poured, let's say, dish soap on top of it, it would get a reaction. It would make you or the viewer angry.
Yeah, so, honestly, any publicity is good publicity, as they say. So it makes sense to me.
It's all about engagement.
Yeah, it is.
Well, hey, stick around. We'll talk about an important event coming up later tonight.
Welcome back, folks. We want to talk about a really cool event happening here tonight, being put on by the St. Louis County Historical Society and Veterans Memorial Hall. Going to be inviting the community to the 20th Annual Remembrance Dinner, which is a special event dedicated to honoring our nation's history and service members. The evening is also going to be featuring our very own Dave Anderson here, who's going to be delivering the keynote address, sharing his powerful interviews with local Pearl Harbor survivors as well. So a very good remembrance event. And Dave, of course, the historian here around the region, and able to definitely give his personal account with all those different people.
As the Pearl Harbor anniversary, quickly approaching here, I believe on the 7th it is.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Hey, before we go today, how about this story? A cheeky police dog by the name of Chase from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, was filmed ripping off the arm of a snowman before taking off with the appendage. This video released by the department shows Chase examining the snowman and then later pulling it. And they said, quote, "Our department received the complaint regarding the off-duty conduct that occurred by K9 Chase." And they stated that Chase ripped off his arm, took it in an unprovoked attack, the department wrote in that tongue-in-cheek post to Facebook.
The snowman didn't do anything. He's just chilling there,
Whoa,
Come on there, K9, easy.
Isn't Chase the name of the Paw Patrol guy, too?
It is. I think you're right. Well, one and the same right there. I don't know. We love you all so much.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.